It's a great day when you're hanging around. Nothing's ever gonna bring me down. Good times are coming our way. Whenever, wherever, whatever today.
Today is going to be a great day. I am Nikki G, your host. Welcome to the Lone Doctrine, the food for thought exploration station, and your place in making today better than yesterday. This month, every month, we pick a topic and encourage all of our listeners to tune in each week in order to feed their mind with the good stuff. We spend so much time working on our health, trying to get into peak performance, and too many of us neglect our minds. Mind, body, spirit, you may have heard of that term, or however you define it, will emphasize the importance of keeping mentally fit. Our topic of the month is emotional capacity. It's within us all. It's within our ecosystem on how we are all connected. Let me start out with some food for thought by Carrie Goyette. If robots are all set to take over, can emotional intelligence really save us? Well, before you write off its value, consider these findings from past studies. Nearly 90% of top performers have a high level of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence accounts for 90% of career advancements when IQ and technical skills are roughly similar. Emotional intelligence is responsible for 58% of your job performance. People with high emotional intelligence make $29,000 or more on average than their counterparts. Almost 85% of your financial success is due to skills in human engineering, personality, and ability to communicate, negotiate, and lead. Only 15% of your financial success is due to technical ability. Most people would rather do business with the person they like and trust than someone they don't, even if the person they don't trust is offering a better product at a lower price. Our emotional intelligence exists within an ecosystem. And in order to achieve growth, we need to understand the individual motivators and perspectives of people around us, as well as how the environment we're in affects us all together. Needless to say, building our emotional capacity is linked to our emotional intelligence, or are they one and the same? I believe you could support the debate in both directions, but the point is, building yourself to be a well-rounded, emotionally capable, and mature individual benefits not only you, but everyone around you. A good place to start to get an idea on where you stand here and now. Here's some good questions to ask yourself in order to determine your emotional capacity, or in other words, your emotionally self-reliant self. Now, one way of proceeding is to write these questions down in a journal, on a piece of paper, in your phone, and slowly but surely start to answer them honestly and to your best ability. So what we're going to do is we're going to test ourselves. We are going to see how emotionally dependent you are. Are you emotionally dependent? Maybe, maybe not. Let's ask ourselves these questions. Are you looking for a romantic partner to make you happy? If you have a partner, do you look to this person for love, for sex, for support, for reassurance, for validation? Are you upset if your partner doesn't react in a certain way, doesn't meet a need? When you're alone, do you feel the need to fill the loneliness void with distraction? Are you always on your phone when you're alone? Do you complain a lot about other people? Get mad because of the things they do? Is your relationship the center of your universe? What about your relationship with your friends or your kids? Do you get bothered if your partner does something that doesn't include you or cuts you out? Do you get jealous? This list isn't comprehensive, of course, but some of you can probably see yourselves in a couple of those questions or more if you're completely honest. And that doesn't mean you're a bad person. I still have some of these issues myself, though we can all get better. Most people have a few of these issues, though many wouldn't admit it because they worry it would make them look bad. No one likes to look bad or to think of themselves as bad. But having any of these issues doesn't make you bad. It just makes you who you are right now. However, while this isn't an issue of being a bad person, I think the skills of an emotionally self-reliant person are useful ones to learn. They can transform your relationships and your happiness. So how do we become emotionally self-reliant and not dependent on others or external factors? We look for happiness from others, but this is an unreliable source of happiness. Other people will come and go, or they'll be emotionally unavailable for their own personal reasons. And here's the thing, it's not their job to fill our emotional needs. They are struggling trying to meet their own needs. So instead of looking for happiness from someone else, we have to realize it's not out there. It's within us. Happiness isn't in the future. It's not somewhere else. It's available inside us right now, all the time. How can we find this happiness? It takes some inner searching, but consider these suggestions. Sit by yourself without a device or distraction for a few minutes. Just start to look inside. Notice your thoughts as they come up. Get to know your mind. See how fascinating it is. This in itself is an endless source of entertainment and learning. One of the sources of happiness is creating, coming up with ideas, producing something. I don't need anybody else to do those things, and they will give you wonder with your own abilities. Learning is a great way that can help give you happiness and help you grow. Curiosity is a boundless source of happiness. Learn to fix your own problems. If you're bored, fix it. If you're lonely or hurt, comfort yourself. If you're jealous, don't hope that someone will reassure you. Reassure yourself. Take responsibility. If you find yourself blaming others, tell yourself that that person is never the problem. Of course, you can believe the other person is the problem, but then you are reliant on them for the solution. If you believe that they aren't the problem, then you look inside yourself for the solution. If you find yourself complaining, instead find a way to be grateful. If you find yourself being needy, instead find a way to give. If you find yourself wanting someone to help you, help yourself. Create your own source of a built-in happiness. Walk around as a whole, happy person needing nothing. Then come from this place of wholeness, of self-reliance and independence, and love others. Not because you want them to love you back, not because you want to be needed, but because loving them is an amazing thing to do. We often think that emotional capacity, emotional intelligence, your EQ, is based on just ourselves. The picture is much bigger. In fact, EQ means emotional quotient. It's a measure of communication skills, connection to relationships, awareness, and empathy. Becoming mindfully fit is imperative for the betterment of your life and all lives. So what will you do today and every day to stay mindfully fit? We've had a lot of people asking how they can support our mission. We're so grateful to be able to be with you each and every week. And if you found value in our podcast, head on over to patreon.com/Lone Doctrine. It only takes a moment of your time, and with your support, you'll get bonus episodes, interviews, giveaways, and you'll become a part of an awesome community. Together, we are better, and we hope to see you at patreon.com/Lone patreon.com/Lone Doctrine. patreon.com/Lone Doctrine, or the link is in the show notes. Remember, when times get the toughest, keep fighting the good fight.